Good morning. History buffs are in luck because an original copy of the Declaration of Independence is right here in Bloomington.
That's right, and it's on our campus. We'll tell you where to find it. It's Friday, February 27th. Here's what's up this week. See what IU students were selling at this month's Bring Your Own Business.
And later, Cozy Table opens a new location on the west side of Bloomington. We'll give you all the details.
Plus, Miss IU Daylin Diver is in studio for an interview about her crowning this past week.
Hello and welcome to What's Up Weekly. I'm Tegan Emerson.
And I'm Grace Morocco. Tegan, how was your weekend?
It was good. It was a little rough on Thursday.
The weather is putting a damper on a lot of things. We get whacked with a tornado and then a few days later it's snow, but...
Oh, and I was like wearing short sleeves the other day to class, so not ideal.
It's not fun. But what is fun is this past weekend, IU had their bi-monthly Bring Your Own Business, and our Peyton Kripe is in studio to tell us more. Peyton?
Thanks, guys. This weekend, Bring Your Own Business brought student business owners together on campus to promote their products. Take a look. Bring Your Own Business kicked off on Sunday at the IMU, where dozens of small businesses and students gathered to sell their products and connect with the campus community.
So I've just been trying to get in any place I can and just meet new people and make them happy by selling the things that they like. So
vendors sold a wide variety of secondhand clothes and accessories, including vintage IU merchandise. In addition to clothing, vendors also had handmade crafts like crocheted sweaters and keychains for sale. For many participants, Bring Your Own Business is also a way to get involved and share their work with the community.
well, it's an affordable way to get into selling. It's not too much to be involved, and it's really easy. The process was simple, and it's just been a really fun environment too.
BYOB not only gives student vendors the opportunity to sell products, but also gives them a chance to grow their businesses. For many, it is also a way to gain exposure and connect with customers.
I think it's really cool because it gives the students an opportunity to sell things. I feel like if that's what here, Kylie and I would have never been able to sell clothes or have a platform. So we also sell on Depop, but a lot of our sales come from these businesses.
Throughout the event, the room was overflowing with students, excited to see what they could find among the racks and support their peers. The event gives students more chances to be involved around campus. Bring Your Own Business plans to host more events in the future. In Bloomington, Peyton Kripe, IUSTV. For more information on future Bring Your Own Business events, check them out on social media at byob.iu. Back to you guys.
Thanks, Peyton. After 27 years, My Sister's Closet in Bloomington is being forced to move. The nonprofit sells and gives out professional clothing for interviews and work. They also help women write resumes, practice interview skills, and more. For many clients, it's a resource to help regain stability, but now the organization has to move. Their lease ends this summer, and the new space needs renovations. Hundreds of women could lose these services without any help from the community.
But right now, we have very, very little time. And the women coming in are not going to stop coming in because we go out of business. They are still going to need help. So this is really about not having an interruption to the services that we are providing to over 250 women a year. And most of these women have 2 or 3 kids or grandkids. And so it's not just them, it's quite a few people who are affected by our services every year.
To learn more about My Sister's Closet and donation information, you can call them or visit sisterscloset.org.
The Chicago Bears may be closer to crossing state lines. On Thursday, an Indiana House committee approved a plan that paves the way for a new stadium in Hammond, Indiana. The NFL team calls it the most meaningful step in their planning efforts to date. The proposal includes new local taxes to help pay for the stadium and infrastructure, and the team would pay $2 billion toward construction costs. The Illinois governor called the development a surprise and a disappointment, noting his team has had recent positive discussions with the Bears.
July 4th marks America's 250th birthday, and from now until then, you can celebrate early by taking a trip to the Lilly Library. When you walk in, you will see one of 26 remaining copies of the Declaration of Independence. The exhibit is called The Declaration of Independence, The Motives, The Moment, packed with multiple historical pieces. This includes how colonists seeked their independence and first-person accounts during the following of the creation of the document.
We're right here in the middle of campus, and there's a lot of opportunity for students to kind of pop in for just a few minutes and be able to experience some really important parts of American history.
The library is open from 9:30 to 5:30 during the school week, so students can drop by to experience history.
Still to come on What's Up Weekly, our Paris Payton gets us caught up on this week's trending topics.
That's right, stay with us.
Welcome back to Trending Topics. I'm Paris Payton. Well, the Oscars had its famous slap, and now the BAFTAs has its racist slur. But it's not what you may think. During Sunday's night ceremony in London, a man in the audience shouted the N-word as Michael B. Jordan and Delroy Lindo presented on stage. The man, John Davidson, who has Tourette syndrome, was attending as the subject of the film I Swear. The incident drew backlash, with Jamie Foxx writing online, quote, "Out of all the words you could have said, Tourette's makes you say that," end quote, and calling the moment unacceptable. The BBC apologized after the moment aired uncensored and said it will be removed from streaming. Allegiant Air is launching a first-of-its-kind Dollywood-themed flight for one day only this November. Travelers flying from Orlando to Knoxville will board specially numbered Flight 925, which of course is a reference to Dolly's iconic song. The flight will include live entertainment, a trivia contest, and themed food and drinks. Passengers who also buy tickets to Dollywood will get exclusive next-day perks like complimentary ride time reserved, show seating, and more. The flight is scheduled to depart on November 6th. Nick Reiner appeared in a Los Angeles courtroom Monday, pleading not guilty to 2 counts of first-degree murder in the deaths of his parents, Rob and Michelle Reiner. Prosecutors say he stabbed them to death inside their family home. Reiner has been in custody since his December arrest. A deputy public defender now represents him after his previous attorney withdrew from the case. If convicted, he could face life without parole or the death penalty. Prosecutors are still deciding if they'll pursue the death penalty. Reiner was denied bail. His next court date is set for April.
Thanks, Paris. A longtime Bloomington breakfast spot is reopening after closing its doors in June. The Cozy Table moved down 3rd Street just on the other side of 69. The restaurant closed after being pushed out by the new Chick-fil-A, but the owners say the building has more room for the diners while being able to keep their menu favorites. The Cozy Table has been on the west side for many years, drawing in people of all ages.
We would like to be able to add extra customers to our clientele, provide a nice family atmosphere for the children to come in, for more parking.
The restaurant is currently open in their new 3rd Street location.
Stick around because Miss IU is coming in studio.
A new Miss IU was crowned last week. Our Roma Ehrig is sitting down with the newest title holder to learn more about her platform and what's ahead. Roma?
Thanks, guys. 7 women competed for the crown, but junior Daylin Diver took the title of Miss IU 2026. She's leading a project called Breaking the Cycle to help kids with parents struggling with substance abuse. She's also on the IU Red Stepper dance team and studies neuroscience with a chemistry minor on the pre-med track. Daylin also competed at Miss Indiana as a team. She's here with us today. Daylin, thank you so much for being here. You know, I saw the video of you winning Miss IU in that purple dress, and what was going in your head in that moment? What were you feeling? Who was the first person you wanted to tell?
Yeah, absolutely. It was such a mix of emotions because I had never really been in the position before to be a miss. And this is all very new, and competing as a miss is very different than competing as a teen. And unfortunately, my mom couldn't make it to the pageant because she does live in North Carolina. So actually, my grandma, there's a picture somewhere out there. There's a picture of my grandma holding a phone, and my mom's on FaceTime, and I'm like crying with my crown and my sash on, newly crowned. And I was able just to like show her and like really share that special moment with her.
I love that. What really hit me was your initiative, Breaking the Cycle. What inspired it, and what do you hope to accomplish with it here on campus this year?
Absolutely. So Breaking the Cycle is actually based on my life. Both of my parents have struggled with substance abuse issues, and it's been my top priority to really advocate for the people that don't really have a voice, for people like me, children like me that grew up without really a parental figure. And something that I really want to do here, especially at IU, is really stop the connotation that IU is such a negative party school. Now, yes, IU, you do come and you do have fun. I mean, absolutely, we have Little Five, but there is a safe way to do it and there is a healthy way to do it to stop the cycle early.
Yeah, I love that. And you seem like you're incredibly busy. I mean, you are a Red Stepper, a full-time in the pre-med track, and you just won Miss IU. How are you dealing with that? Is it stressful? Do you see challenges with balancing your schedule now?
Well, there's this great thing called Google Calendar that I absolutely block out hours of my day, and I block out every time I'm eating, like whenever I need to go study or anything like that. And that really keeps me on track and makes sure that I have time to do everything that I need to do and have some time for myself.
I love that. And now that you're Miss IU, what does your schedule look like? Like, what are you doing next week or next month?
Yeah, actually, I think next week we're going to go to Crimson Cupboard and we're going to deliver some food, and I'm so excited for that. But I'm just really excited to get out in the IU community and talk to everyone and just be the best Miss IU that I possibly can be.
If anyone wants to run for Miss IU, what are some tips you can give them?
Okay, this is hard. Really make sure that you work on your talent for me. That's something that I best express myself through my talent. And I think that working on your talent, that really shows, especially to the judges, how passionate you are about something that's other than your community service initiative. Also, practice as many questions as you can. Something like this, where you're just having a simple conversation and the judges are your friend, I promise. They're not there to like bite you or hurt you or anything. They're your friend. They're there to have a nice conversation to see if you best fit that role.
Well, thank you so much for coming on today. Grayson Teagan, back to you.
Thanks, Roma, and thank you for watching What's Up Weekly. Tune in next week for more local and entertainment news.
Be sure to follow us on Instagram at IUSTV News. For What's Up Weekly, I'm Tegan Emerson.
And I'm Grace Morocco. We'll be back here next week.